do you put in your morning basket and how often do you switch things up? Okay, so we're doing a brand new series on the YouTube channel where I'm calling it Ask Pam because I'm not that creative when it comes to names. So Ask Pam, and I'm going to be popping on once a week to answer questions from homeschoolers like you. So if you have a question for Ask Pam, you can put it below in the comments and I will snag it from there, or you can send it to info@pambarnhill.com and I will get it from there. Just keep in mind that I do batch these video recordings, and so if you ask a question, it could be a few weeks before the answer to that question shows up. So actually, before I get to answering the question, the first thing you may be wondering is who's Pam? And I am Pam. I'm Pam Barnhill. I have helped thousands of homeschoolers create doable systems, beat burnout, and bring more joy to their homeschool day. And you can find everything we do at pambarnhill.com. Okay, so the first question we have is, what do you put in your morning basket and how often do you switch it up? And you would think, oh, you just put in what you like, which is kind of true, but there's actually a method to the madness when it comes to choosing things for a morning basket so that you have a successful one. So let me back up just a minute. A morning basket is a time of day when your entire family can come together and learn together. And it's really wonderful because you can put things in your morning basket that are all the beautiful things that you want to do in your homeschool and you're struggling to find time to fit them in other parts of your day. But you can also use your morning basket for efficiency. If you have kids who are closer in age together, you can do a lot of subjects together using that morning basket. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be done in the morning. You don't have to call it a morning basket. Different people call it different things. I'll actually put a link below to a real comprehensive post all about morning baskets, so you can go and check that out, and a video as well. Okay, so how do you know what to put in a morning basket? So the first thing I'm going to tell you is, let us do the hard work for you. We have something called Your Morning Basket Plus with tons of fabulous ideas of things that you could put in a morning basket. And it all comes to you delivered in this handy app on your phone. And all you have to do is click the button and everything you need is right there. So you gather your kids around, you open up your app, you click on the next activity. Maybe there's something to listen to, something to look at, something to watch, a suggestion for a book to read, but everything is right there in the app. Even with that though, there are a lot of different choices. So how do you know what kinds of things should you be putting in your morning basket? And the first thing I'm going to say is, be sure to put in things that are age appropriate to your kids. So if you go and Google morning basket, or if you go and search on Pinterest with morning basket, you're going to find some really great options out there, but the choices can be a little bit overwhelming. And like a lot of people like to do Plutarch and Shakespeare in their morning basket. Well, if your oldest is 5, don't do that in your morning basket. Or you may find morning baskets that have like Bible stories in there from a Bible storybook. And if your oldest is 13, that 13-year-old is probably getting ready for some apologetics and something a little bit meatier. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are tailoring your morning basket to the ages of your kids. Now, I realize this can be difficult if you have a wider spread of ages, and then you have to think about, well, what are my goals for a morning basket? And decide, am I going to tailor this a little bit towards my older kids so we can get more things done that count towards their transcripts and different subjects that they have to do, and my little ones are kind of along for the ride? Or am I going to tailor it a little bit younger and maybe let my older child go after prayer and Bible time so that they can get on with the other work that they need to do for the day? None of these are wrong answers at all. You really just have to make it work for you. So the first thing is age appropriateness. The second thing is to think about what your kids like to do. I always like to include 1 or 2 things in my morning basket that my children are really excited about. And this may not always be the thing that I'm really excited about. I did Mad Libs for a number of years in our morning basket because it was something that my children absolutely loved to do. Me, not so much. I could have taken it or left it. but I took it because it was something that got my kids on board with a morning basket. So that's something to consider as well. And also, if you have one or two children who are particularly reluctant about the whole morning basket idea, be sure to put something in the morning basket that is just for them, something that they really enjoy doing. Are they a music lover? Are they an art lover? Do they love architecture or engineering? Do they love poetry or really great adventure books? Those are the kinds of things you're going to want to put in a morning basket because they like those things. So one of the other things that helps me to determine what to put in my morning basket is my homeschool vision. When I look at the overall vision of my homeschool and what education means to me and how I want to raise my children, then what kinds of things do I need to put in my morning basket to help me meet that homeschool vision, to help me create that atmosphere in my home? And if you don't have a homeschool vision, we actually have a handy free workshop for you. I'll link to that one so you can create your homeschool vision because it really is a game changer when it comes to your homeschool. So I look at the vision, but then I also look at what goals do I want to accomplish this particular year? Is there something that I'm really specifically wanting to do this year? And that may drive some of the materials that I put in my morning basket as well. Maybe I want everyone to memorize the 50 states, or I want to set a great foundation for multiplication by having my kids learn skip counting. So those are some things that I could put in my morning basket this year based on that particular goal that I have for one or more of my children. And then the last thing I'm going to say about what to put in your morning basket is be sure to put something in there that you enjoy as a mom, something that feeds your soul. Because as busy moms, we don't always have time for that quiet time that we want to take. We don't always have time to read great books or do wonderful things that we want to do. And so by putting that in the morning basket, we can just add a little bit of that into our day. And you never know, your kids might enjoy some of that as well. And it's totally okay that everybody doesn't love every single thing that's in a morning basket. That's part of the character building practice of a morning basket, that you learn to sit quietly for the things that are not your favorite things. Because you know what? Something's going to come up that you do enjoy. Something's going to come up that you do like, but we learn to sit quietly for the things that are not necessarily our favorite. And you see, we don't have to have a character building curriculum or a virtue building curriculum. We learn that by learning to sit quietly through the things that are not our favorites. So the second part of this question was, how often do you switch things up in your morning basket? And quite honestly, I make a plan for the morning basket for the entire year. Now, that may include some switches in there. Like if we are following some of our monthly themes in your morning basket plus, then I know I am going to switch things up just about every month. Sometimes it takes us a little bit more than a month to get through everything we want to do with a theme. But I usually plan out for the entire year and kind of look at what I want to do. And then we just very naturally roll from one kind of activity to the next. So when we finish picture study, then maybe we pick up music study. When we finish one song, we pick up another song. When we finish one poem, we pick up another poem. So once I kind of have a grand plan for the year, then all of the different things kind of roll naturally. We finish a resource and then we start a new resource after that. And so I don't try to keep like a really strict schedule. And yes, there are times I get to the end of the year and I didn't get to everything I wanted to do in my morning basket that year. And that's totally okay. I either say, you know what? We're going to wait till the next time we roll around to this part of our homeschool again, like if it's history cycle based or something like that, or we're just going to pick it up and finish it next year and do it then. So it really is kind of a flexible thing as to what we do if we don't finish the entire plan at the end of the year. And I don't beat myself up about it because for me, planning is preparation. And it's better for me to have something prepared that I just don't get around to using than it is to get to a point where I have absolutely nothing prepared at all and falter in my morning basket practice and just don't get it done. And we feel kind of icky because we don't have that wonderful, wonderful part of our school day. So hopefully that answered that question for you. Remember, if you have a question for Ask Pam, you can put it down in the comments below or email it to info@pambarnhill.com. and I'll be happy to answer your question as well. And don't forget to come and check out Your Morning Basket Plus. We have a fabulous bonus this August. If you join before August 25th, you get to come and join us for a Mother's Morning Basket. That's actually going to be in the afternoons in September. And we would love to have you join us for that and get a little bit of morning basket goodness and feeding for your own soul. All right, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.